I found this nice little rock here to sit on and record this message. So we're here to talk about month one of living in my car. Month one has been life-changing in a lot of different ways for me. And before I get into it, I want to say that I was talking to a friend of mine before I went on this journey, and he was asking me about the content that I was going to make. And one of the promises I made to myself and to him was that I was going to be real on my content. I wasn't going to fabricate things or pretend that things were a certain way. I told him I'm going to be real. I'm just going to tell the truth. So here I am, 1 month into living in my car. And I'm going to give you reality. I'm not going to give you no bullshit. So let's talk about the good things. The good things. Month one of living in my car. I am in northern Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona. And so much good has come from this experience already. You know, I've learned so much about myself. I've learned a lot about the world and a lot about people. You know, I've met so many new people and I've had so many new experiences, and it's really taught me a lot. And it's really been humbling in that sense. You know, I don't want to say I was sheltering myself back home in Tampa, but I had never been out in the world before like this. And, you know, I've seen so many things. You know, on the way out here, I saw, and this may be a little graphic and hard for some people to hear, but it's the truth. On the way out here, I stopped in New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I saw people hunched over, homeless people. They were hunched over because of, I don't know, what I can only assume to be some type of fentanyl overdose or drug use overdose or something. And I'd never seen stuff like that before, you know. So there are extreme examples like that I've seen, and there are also examples of just kind interactions, you know, people at the grocery store who are giving each other smiles. And people around here, especially in Flagstaff, are really, really nice. And I've been able to see pretty much the entire spectrum of human behavior. And it's been incredible. It's been so life-changing. So lessons I've learned are worth more than any amount of money or any other endeavor. So with that said, I'm not going to sit here and say living in my car has been easy. In fact, it is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And there are a lot of reasons for that. The main reason is because not only am I living in my car, but I'm also trying to, you know, set myself up for a good future. So I'm writing a book. Let's start there. That is the main thing that I'm doing right now, aside from living in my car, is writing this book. And this book, on top of the emotions of living in my car, it's super, super challenging to write because you know, I have to sit down every single day and write about things that are very, very close to my heart. And regardless of if I was living in my car or not, that's something that's very challenging to do, at least for me. I don't know, some people are probably way better at it than I am. But sitting down and almost looking at myself in the mirror every single day on a piece of paper is super, super challenging and very uncomfortable because I have to tell myself the truth about my life. And, you know, this whole death experience thing, I've had to really face myself. And it's so uncomfortable because I have to tell myself things that I don't want to admit to myself. You know, for an example, today, I'm sitting there writing about the part of my experience where I chose to come back to this life. And I'm sitting there writing about it and reflecting on it. It's like, why the fuck would I do that? And, you know, I got angry with myself. I was just like, why would I do that? This life is so challenging and so painful. Why would I leave the place that was perfect? Why would I leave the proverbial heaven that I was in? And, you know, I had to really sit there with myself and sit in that discomfort that comes with those real thoughts. You know, they're real. I can't hide them from myself because I've done that for years and it's never worked. So things like that. That's the discomfort that comes with writing a book, on top of the discomfort that comes with living in my car. So what I mean by that is, you know, I'm away from everyone that I know and love. And it gets lonely. It really does. Like, again, I'm going to be on here telling the truth. It gets lonely. You know, I don't know anybody out here, and I've done my best to make connections, but there's hardly any depth with new connections. I mean, maybe there is, maybe I just haven't found the right people, but a lot of my time, I would say 98% of my time has been spent alone because of the responsibilities that I have, you know, regardless of the fact that I'm living in my car or not, shit still needs to get done. And if it doesn't get done, I'm the one who has to deal with the consequences. So it's challenging to find time to connect with other people on a deep level. And I'm a guy I don't prefer surface level type interactions. Now, with that said, I do my best to meet people where they are. And anyways, that's a completely different topic of discussion. But it's been very hard to connect deeply with other people. And, you know, it's uncomfortable to be alone 98% of the time. For me, at least. You know, maybe some people are really good at it, and I'm fine with it. Like, I'll call people that I care about when I feel some type of way, but it's a very lonely lifestyle because, you know, most of my time is spent doing the shit that I need to do. So what I mean by that is, you know, I wake up and I exercise. I have to train. You know, I have to keep myself in shape. From there, I need to write. You know, I need to make sure that my mind is right enough to sit down and write quality shit. I have to make sure that I'm planning for the next day and the future, and I'm planning and I'm thinking things through. You know, like I'm planning on going to the Grand Canyon here soon, and then Austin, Texas, hopefully after that. I can't just do those things without prior preparation. So it's always preparing. Everything takes a lot of thought and a lot of focus and a lot of energy. So there's that. And then I need to make money. So I'm driving for Uber Eats, and I'm trying to make sure I'm continuing to better myself and learn things. And so it's most of my time has to be spent alone. It's just how it has to be for now. So it's very challenging. It does get lonely for sure. Aside from that, I will say that living in my car has taught me a lot about me. It's taught me a lot about life, obviously, like I've said before, but it's also taught me a lot about me and who I am and what I want for my life. And it's made me reflect very, very deeply about what's actually important. So to me, what's important is people. And I'm realizing that I'm better with deep connection in my life. So I'm more spunky, and I have more fun when I have people that I care about around me. And I push myself more with people that I have around me, because then it's not just about me. You know, for me right now, living in my car, it's kind of easy to get selfish. And I've noticed myself at times get really, really selfish. Like, I was just on the phone with my best friend today, and he's talking to me, sharing something that he genuinely cares about with me. And I hear him, but I don't hear him because my mind is elsewhere. So I'm listening to him, but I'm not hearing him. I'm not in the experience with him. And that's selfish of me. Not that I'm beating myself down for it, because it's just a mistake that I made and something I had to learn. But I'm not able to be present with other people because of how much I have to focus on myself. So, and I'm not a big fan of that. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of that. So I have to find balance. You know, I still, 1 month into this thing, I still don't exactly have a system down. I feel like I'm not even close to having a system down, actually. And then it's funny, like, if I do get a system down, I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to be leaving Northern Arizona. So that whole system is going to change, and I'm going to have to start back all over. So it's very hard to get comfortable in this type of lifestyle. Very, 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 very challenging, which I guess is a good thing and a bad thing. And maybe it's both, maybe it's neither, I don't know. But so many lessons have been learned, so many experiences have been had, and there's so much more to be done. You know, I've just started on this journey, and this 1 month I've done this, it's felt like a year. It's felt like everything in my life has changed forever. And that's something that I've had to come to grips with too, is like, making this decision of moving into my car is basically the same thing as saying there is no turning back. So that's been hard to come to grips with too, is because, like, I've decided to leave everything behind for a reason, to step into something new. But in order to step into something new, I have to let go. And that's scary. That's very, very, very scary. So along this trek, along this journey, within this month of living in my car, I have had to face a lot of fear and be real with myself about what I'm afraid of. Not just like say, oh, I'm not afraid, because that's a lie. And that's not true at all. So being honest with myself, if I'm not honest with myself on this journey, then I waste a lot of time and I distract myself. I scroll on my phone. But I'll tell you what, man, like 1 month into this thing, no, it's not all rainbows and sunshines and shit, but it is such a blessing, man. It is so beautiful to feel what I'm feeling, because I know that on the other side of this is so much growth and so much abundance that I can't even probably imagine it right now. I can't even picture it. One big positive that's come from all this is a lot of opportunity. I've had the interview with Jeff Mara, which if you haven't checked out, please check out. It's super awesome. But I've had a lot of other people reach out to me with opportunities, and I've had people ask me to come speak. And, this is exactly what I want. So like with pain comes growth, and with pain comes growth, and with growth comes opportunity, hopefully, right? Ideally. So I'm getting the best of both worlds. Like I'm getting what I asked for as far as opportunity and potentially a brighter future for myself and my family, and a way to serve, a way to give back to the world. But I'm also getting the pain and the suffering that it's going to take to sustain that type of growth. So I'm getting all of it, man. I'm getting the entire spectrum of life right now. At least I feel, maybe I'm not, but it certainly feels like I'm getting a lot thrown at me. I'm a little under the weather right now. My hair's growing. I don't like to get my hair long that much, but it's this is just how my life has to be for now. So, but I'm super grateful that I've made this decision and that my higher power has guided me along this journey. I feel like I've already grown so much, and it's only the beginning. There's so much growth to still be had, and the progress isn't linear. It's not a straight line. It's all jaggedy, and you go up, you go down, and sometimes you feel like you're really doing a good job, and other times you're like, damn it, man, I wish I could do better. And then other times you're just like, man, this is beautiful. So I don't know. It's been hard to stop and just look around and be like, wow, look at where I'm at. Look at how far I've come. How incredible is this? And I think that's something all of us probably struggle with, because, life moves fast, and it's nice to just look around and be like, wow, I'm here right now, and that's all that matters. Yeah, living in the car, month one, a lot has been learned, a lot has been gained, a lot has been lost in a good way. And we're just going to keep going, man. We're going to keep going, and, I'm not going to give up. I've wanted to give up thousands and thousands of times already on this journey. Every single day, honestly. Mostly it happens in the shower, because that's my time to just like, exhale, And I just got to give myself a pep talk in the shower, because it's hard, man. It's really, really, really hard. And I understand that one day, hopefully I'll have a wife and kids to support. One day, maybe this pain, this type of suffering, I can share with them, and they can gain something from it. Or maybe you watching this will gain something from it. And, I have to realize that this is bigger than me, and that if I give up, I'm doing nobody any good. So I can't give up, and I'm not going to give up, and I give you my word. And I promise to continue to be honest and tell the truth about this experience, because what other reason would I be doing any of this? I'm not making $1 off of this. So this has nothing to do with money. This is about service. So if you're watching this, I strongly encourage you, man, don't give up. I don't know where you're at in your life. I don't know what you're doing, what you're going through. I don't know what your circumstances are, what your dreams are, but don't give up, because the world needs what you have. You are one of one. There's no other person who has what you have in this world. So give it, and give it all you have, because I need that from you, and the people around you need that from you, because you're the only one who can do it.